The most followed athlete on the planet, 5 children, a mother who never left his side, 3 siblings who grew up in the same cramped house in Madeira, and the woman who just turned almost 10 years of headlines and rumors into a quiet, "I do." This is the family behind Cristiano Ronaldo. 1. Georgina, the woman who finally won him. Before Georgina, Ronaldo was one of football's most famous bachelors. His private life filled tabloid pages for years. There were confirmed relationships. Brazilian model Jordana Jardel, early in his career, Portuguese TV presenter Merche Romero, Spanish model Nereida Gallardo, and then a long list of names the tabloids loved to attach to him without much actual proof. Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, Bollywood actress Bipasha Basu. Half of it was real, half of it was just paparazzi doing paparazzi things. His longest and most serious relationship before her was with Russian model Irina Shayk, and that ended in 2015. A year later, his life changed in a Gucci store in Madrid. Georgina Rodríguez was working there as a sales assistant when Cristiano Ronaldo walked in. That is not a fairy tale opening people invented. That is genuinely what happened. She later said that when they first held hands, she felt an immediate sense of peace, like they had known each other for years. Georgina was born on January 27, 1994 in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and raised in Jaca, a quiet town in the Spanish Pyrenees. Her background was not wealthy. Her father spent time in prison when she was young. She trained as a ballet dancer before circumstances redirected her life entirely. Their relationship became public in early 2017. Within a year, she was pregnant with their first child together. She is fluent in Spanish, English, and conversational in Portuguese. She models, maintains her own brand partnerships, and built a public profile that stands independently of being Ronaldo's partner. Her Netflix documentary series, I Am Georgina, gave her a platform that made clear she is not simply an attachment to his story. She has her own narrative and a following of tens of millions of people who are there specifically for her. She is the mother of 2 of his 5 children and the stepmother to the other 3. By every account, she is present and active across all 5 children's lives. For years, the same question followed them everywhere. When will they actually get married? In August 2025, Georgina posted a photo of her hand next to his with a diamond ring and the caption, "Yes, I do. In this and in all my lives." The engagement went viral. Then came months of rumors, fake invitations, and invented dates. This summer, it went to another level. British tabloids swore they had the exact wedding details nailed down. Funchal Cathedral, 3 p.m., August 8th, reception at a luxury hotel. Thousands of fans showed up in Madeira that Saturday. Phones up, streets packed, the whole cathedral surrounded. The bride who walked in was not Georgina. It was a woman called Fatima Nicole marrying her partner Fabio, an ordinary couple from France whose actual wedding day got hijacked by 2,000 people convinced they were about to watch football history. Ronaldo saw the videos online and just laughed it off. 4 days later, he stopped laughing and just posted a picture. 2 hands, 2 simple wedding bands. One caption, "See Heart G." No stadium, no cathedral, no live stream. Just a small civil ceremony in Cascais, on the Portuguese coast, with their 5 children there to watch it. After nearly a decade together and a full year of wild speculation, Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodríguez finally became husband and wife, quietly. It fits who they are now. One of the loudest global couples in the celebrity jet set, who still chose to take the most important step of their relationship in the quietest way they could. They have shared homes in Madrid, Turin, Manchester, and now Riyadh. She followed him through Real Madrid's Galactico years, Juventus, Manchester United again, and then Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. On the outside, it all looks like private jets, fashion weeks, and luxury holidays. On the inside, it is 2 people raising a blended family of 5 kids and trying to hold together a life that has moved across 4 countries and several football eras. Ronaldo spent 2 decades chasing trophies, records, and the next club. Georgina is the one thing in his life that was never about chasing anything. He says she is the person his family cannot function without. the one who actually grounded him. 2. Dolores, the mother who never left. Maria Dolores dos Santos Aveiro, known to everyone simply as Dolores, is 70 years old and she still shows up at his matches. She attends games across Europe, Saudi Arabia, and beyond. She appears in his social media. She is photographed at stadiums in cities most people her age would find exhausting to travel to. She is not the kind of football mother who stays home and watches on television. She survived breast cancer in 2007. She survived a stroke in 2020. Both times she recovered, and both times Ronaldo was publicly by her side in ways that made clear her health was the thing he prioritized above almost everything else outside of his career. She has 8 grandchildren from her 4 children combined, 5 of them from Cristiano. She has said publicly that she prays for her son every day. She also prays for Georgina and for the 5 children. She has spoken in multiple interviews about how difficult the early years in Madeira were. In her autobiography, she said she considered ending the pregnancy that produced Ronaldo because she already had 3 children and the family's financial situation was extremely hard at the time. She chose to continue. The biggest decision of Ronaldo's childhood came later, when he was around 11 or 12. Sporting CP in Lisbon wanted him at their academy, which meant sending her youngest child across the country alone at that age. Ronaldo has said giving him permission to leave was possibly the hardest decision his parents ever made. Dolores let him go because she believed football could give him a future she could not. The boy she chose to have and the boy she chose to let go became the most followed person on Instagram and one of the most decorated players in the history of football. The woman who made both of those choices still shows up at his matches. 3. José Diniz, the father he lost too early. José Diniz Aveiro died on September 6, 2005 from kidney failure related to alcoholism. He was 52 years old. Ronaldo was 20 and had just completed his first season at Manchester United. His father worked as a municipal gardener and as a kit man for a local football club in Madeira called Andorinha. Because of that job, young Cristiano spent his early years hanging around the club, kicking a ball around where his dad worked. The man with almost no money still opened the very first door into organized football. The relationship was loving but complicated. José Diniz struggled with alcohol for significant portions of his life, and Ronaldo has said he never really got to know his father completely, that they never had those normal deep conversations sons have with their dads. The distance those struggles created was something Ronaldo has spoken about with real pain in interviews across his career. In 2005, José Diniz was seriously ill in a London hospital, in a coma. Ronaldo told Sir Alex Ferguson he couldn't focus, that he needed to see his father. Ferguson released him from Manchester United duty for a few days so he could fly out and be there. That gesture is something Ronaldo has called one of the most important things anyone ever did for him. José Diniz died while Ronaldo was away on international duty with Portugal. It fell to national team coach Luís Felipe Scolari to tell him the news. And Ronaldo, 20 years old, grieving, still chose to play Portugal's next match before flying home. That is the moment that shows exactly how early he learned to separate private pain from public performance, a skill that has defined his entire career. In a 2015 documentary, Ronaldo broke down discussing him. He said losing his father was the hardest thing he had ever been through. He said he wished his father could have seen more of what he built. José Diniz never saw the Champions League titles. He never saw the Ballon d'Or awards. He never saw the world records or the records in the history of the sport. He died before any of it. Ronaldo was named after then U.S. President Ronald Reagan, his father's favorite actor. He was baptized Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro. The name that would eventually appear on shirts worn by hundreds of millions of people came from a man who worked as a gardener on a small island, who opened the first door, and who died before his son walked through all the ones that followed. 4. Cristiano Jadar, the father he still needed, told forward. Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. was born in June 2010. His mother's identity has never been publicly confirmed, and Ronaldo has been consistent that her identity will remain private. Junior was raised primarily by his father, and Georgina has helped raise him for most of his childhood since. Junior made Ronaldo a father at 25, right as he was becoming the biggest star at Real Madrid. From that point on, he wasn't just the ambitious kid trying to make his own parents proud. He was responsible for someone else's whole future. He has grown up visibly in Ronaldo's social media, trains alongside his father, and has shown a serious and genuine interest in football. People who have watched him train describe real ability. Ronaldo pushes discipline over comfort with him, the same message running through all his kids. Money doesn't excuse you from effort or gratitude. Here's the part that actually hits. Jose Dinis opened the door to football for his son and died before ever seeing where it led. Ronaldo now gets to do the opposite. He gets to stay next to his own son for every single step, something his own father never got the chance to do. That is not a coincidence he uses lightly. It is the clearest through line in the entire family story. 5, the other 4, and the son they lost. In June 2017, Ronaldo announced the arrival of twins via surrogacy. Eva Maria dos Santos and Mateo Ronaldo were born in the United States. The surrogate mother's identity was not disclosed. Their arrival came before his relationship with Georgina was fully public, which added an unexpected dimension to the announcement at the time. Alana Martina dos Santos Aveiro was born on November 12, 2017. She is the first child Ronaldo had with Georgina. Ronaldo posted a photograph of himself holding her in the hospital alongside Georgina that became one of the most liked posts on his social media at the time of publication. In April 2022, Ronaldo and Georgina announced they were expecting twins. What followed was one of the most painful public moments of his career. Their son Angel died during birth on April 18, 2022. Their daughter Bella Esmeralda survived. The joint statement Ronaldo and Georgina released was among the most personal public communications either of them had ever made. They described the pain of losing a son while simultaneously welcoming a daughter and asked for privacy as they tried to process both experiences at once. The response from the football world was immediate. Players, managers, and institutions across the sport expressed condolences publicly. Ronaldo has referenced Angel in interviews and social media posts in ways that make clear the loss is something he carries permanently. Bella is now 4 years old. She is the youngest of the 5 living children and the only one whose birth was preceded by the death of a sibling. 6. Hugo, the brother he didn't walk away from. Hugo Aveiro is Ronaldo's older brother and the family's only son besides Cristiano. Hugo struggled with drug and alcohol addiction during significant periods of his life. Ronaldo has spoken publicly about intervening, supporting his recovery, and refusing to abandon him through the difficulty. Hugo recovered. He currently manages the CR7 Museum in Madeira and runs a construction business. There is a popular story that Ronaldo made a deal with Hugo before the 2014 Champions League final, win the trophy, and Hugo stops drinking. It makes for a great scene. It is also not confirmed. Ronaldo's own representatives have denied it, so we're not using it as fact. The real story doesn't need the myth anyway. A kid from a struggling home in Madeira made it big and used exactly none of that success as an excuse to look away from his brother's worst years. He stayed, and his brother stayed too. 7. Elma and Katia, the sisters who stayed. Elma Aveiro is his eldest sister. She manages several of Ronaldo's CR7 brand stores and has been involved in fashion and jewelry design. She is active on social media and has described their bond as one forged by the circumstances of their childhood in Madeira that has never weakened across all the distance his career has required. Cristiano Ronaldo was born on February 5, 1985 in Funchal, on the island of Madeira, Portugal. The family lived in Santo Antonio, a modest neighborhood where 4 children grew up in a small house with a mother who worked as a cook and cleaner and a father who worked as a municipal gardener. He was the youngest, the smallest, the one who had to fight for space in a house that did not have much of it. He played football everywhere he could find space to play it, and by the time he was 12, he was good enough that Sporting CP in Lisbon identified him and brought him to the mainland. He left Madeira at 12 years old. He has never stopped going back. The CR7 Museum sits in Funchal. His mother still lives on the island. His siblings are woven into the CR7 brand that carries the initials of the boy who grew up in that small house and turned those initials into one of the most recognizable brand identifiers in global sport. And apparently the island still can't get enough of him. 2,000 people proved that in August 2026, showing up to a stranger's wedding just because they hoped it was his. The family behind Cristiano Ronaldo is not a polished public relations narrative. It is a real family from a small island with real struggles and a real story. A father who died before seeing any of it. A mother who survived illness and still shows up. A brother who fought addiction and came back. 2 sisters who stayed in the orbit of everything he built. 5 children born across 12 years under very different circumstances. 1 son he lost. And a woman he met across a shop counter in Madrid who became the person his family cannot function without. And now his wife. The wedding did not come with a cathedral live stream or a stadium ceremony. It came quietly after years of noise. For once in Cristiano Ronaldo's life, the biggest moment was the one almost nobody saw.